You guys, this is from last video. This was on video moving, so it's not pareidolia. Great job. Remember, we're starting to understand something new. You just need to open your mind a little bit. I'm onto something here. All right, so let's go into this place. Tons of noises, lots of noises. And then don't miss this. Like it's so at the end, it's not all in there. I want you to know there's like other stuff. I could have made more videos out of this, but like their own video. But I wanted you to see this spot in particular right here. And this guy's these are little, you guys. I'm really honing in on. Plus, I've seen one now, which really helps me. I saw it actually last year. They are really difficult. The only reason is because he like was waving at me. It's really hard to see these guys. I think when I lifted up
I
that
gave him a
carpet, it
heart
might have
attack.
really been something. You got to see some of the timestamps.
You guys, I got a whistle. He's responding to it. It was right here, 10 feet away from my. I'm trying to recover. There's got to be one right here. Like, you guys, I got the whistle. Right. He was right there, right here. Sorry, I'm trying to film you so you believe me. He was right in there. Right here. It almost gave me a heart attack because it was too close. Then I got crystal clear responses on the camera right here somewhere. And it stopped. And then look at this spot. They're still there. Good boy. You're so pretty. You are the most beautiful bird I have ever seen in my life. You are so cute. You guys, how is it that they're following me? I'm 2 miles from where the last time I saw them is. I love them so much. Squirrels don't make piles of pine cones. I'm gonna make it very clear. I don't like when I take off my backpack. Because I'm still recovering from the whistle that came out of the air 10 feet next to me, and I just put all my stuff down right where it happened. Such a weird. Oh, look at that stuff. See, there you go. There's the holes being used. See, they're prepping them, and then they'll get them once the snow is covered. See, I believe all of these guys are living under the snow. Where is it? Oh God, it's gonna rain. See, there's their piles. Every one of these will be filled before the winter, and all of this will be under the snow, and all of this will be tunnels. See, they just, and whatever isn't, they just take it out, and then they have this. Their whole world is in here. You come in here looking for footprints, you see nothing, because all of them are living under the snow, and I believe that's what all that is. A world under the snow. Snow can be 12 feet here, 15 feet. The snow will be up there. They can create tunnels as big as you could imagine under the snow. When it melts, no evidence. It's something I've known for quite some time, that they exist under the snow. Look at the pine cones here, guys. This is not an accident. It's blurry here, too, which is weird. Why is that blurry? Because he's here. I'm standing like right next to him. Here comes the rain. Give me a sec. Lost back here in a village. I'm not technically. In a village of walkways. Forest. And it's just a village. There's no more buddies. He's here. Because of them. Where'd he go? Hey, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Why can't I film him? Good boy. Good boy. I'm getting treats. In a sec. Just leaving the sound on for audio. The Jays. You guys, there's 5 or 6 of them. They're all up in those trees, not making one sound, just staring at me. One got right here. Like he was like, I thought he was gonna jump to there, but he was right there. Like right on that branch right there. There we go. So what we're gonna do is, they're all around me. Okay. I left what I thought was the coolest spot, right? Like visually. But then once the Jays, I've been waiting for this. So let me tell you about this. So I don't even know. Sorry, Nate. Nate's been giving me like a million instructions. I have 2 pages, and I'm so ADD, I can't sit here and read it while they're staring at me. But he's also giving me voice text, so I'm supposed to smudge, burn when I'm like I guess say a prayer maybe to them. So what he did is he made these. I'm gonna keep this one. This one's kind of cool. I might put on my bike actually. I thought I was supposed to burn all of them and keep one, but I decided just to burn these 2. One kind of had an issue, so I decided to. And I found that mushroom, so I'm gonna see if they'll light on fire because this one's pretty green, and see if that's what I was supposed to do. He'd probably yell at me. Hey, buddy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Well, there is literally. A squirrel. He ran right here. He picked up a pine cone, looked at me, and then turned around. It's almost like one of the others sent him over here. But like, look, no, it's the squirrels that do it. you know, it's the Jays. They can watch me. 7 Jays are watching me throw these seeds out, and not one of them will come down because they're being controlled by them. I think they fly on them, you guys. To be honest with you. So. Meanwhile, if I go to the side of the road, then they'll send them out for a feeding frenzy, and they'll like with the noodles, and they actually won't eat them. They'll bring them. They take huge mouthfuls and bring them back somewhere. Now, I think that's pretty normal for birds, but I don't know. I'm really get the feeling that they're bringing it back to them. They wanted the noodles. These guys might not care about maybe those seeds because these are for people. So I don't know. That's maybe why they're not eating them, because these guys might want these. So I'll leave some of these here too. And I have all kinds of treats. What else do I have? And we're gonna burn this. Bear with me. This is ADD version. Haha. Never leave home without them. One thing I don't have today, guys. Guess what? Water. I have a case of water and I forgot it. I don't need any. The good news is I don't need it. I can go all day without water. I mean, eventually, but it's not too hot, and I'll be fine. I remember doing an 8-hour expedition, zapped out of my mind, remember? And I forgot. I had water, and I forgot to drink. I wasn't even thirsty. So we'll say a little prayer to the Bigfoots. So maybe it's the smoke that does it. That smells good. Maybe we can get this one going. So hopefully I'm not messing this up, Nate. If not, this is kind of cool either way. I hate to burn this work you did, but it's falling up. This one was falling apart anyway. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. You guys, my lighter just died. Well, what I can do also, I want to leave one as, okay, so I want to leave one as a gift too. So this is just burnt a little bit. Maybe I'll leave it as a gift because my lighter just died. I do have another one somewhere. I brought lighters on purpose. Oh, never be out in a forest without a lighter, guys, ever. It's your lifeline. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave this as a gift, but not here. Look how cool. Because I'll leave it where I can check it. I'll never find this again. I have no idea where I am. Like I do, but I don't. I'll never be able to get back here. Nicole, he came all the way in, you guys, to see me. All the way. He came all the way. They're the most beautiful birds you'll ever see, and they'll just come right up to you. Remember, they don't know me here. Like, these birds don't know me. People, because even non-believers are like, oh, Mark, it's because you feed them, and no, it has nothing to do with it. I've never re-seen the birds I've fed before. I've never seen them again. And I've never been here before, except the other day. And barely. We're just right there. We got zapped. Next thing I know, I'm doing a breakdown on baby moose. So let's go. We're going to kind of head back to that area because I feel like that's where the timestamps were. They were right there. Why aren't they right there today? Because of me. You guys are supporting someone that I annoy them. They just, what it is, they told me. I'm almost sure. Look at these sticks. See, it's all little. That creates like an environment inside there. See that? That's all hollow in there. But we can't, for some reason, think small. We only think small when it comes to our careers. We don't think globally, with our career or with these guys. When it's literally a world of everything here. I want to make it very clear. Okay, if you just thought there was Bigfoot, smoke some more crack. Okay, because it's everything. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's little beings. It's giants. There's giants out here. Now, I'm not talking about 8 or 9 foot Bigfoot. I'm talking about 17, 18 foot tall beings that will pose as trees, things like that. He can literally make himself look like a pine tree. He will be the tree itself. No, that's not possible. Why isn't it possible? Because you can't make yourself a pine tree? Is that why it's not possible? You poor little baby. Get woke. It's 2022. Get Bigfoot woke. While you're busy changing yourself into something else, realize that everything else isn't what it seems either, not just you. I promise you. This time of year, I must be, by default, I think. Look. So, Nathan, forgive me, I couldn't burn it. I have a lighter somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I just cannot find it. What did I do with it? I could have sworn it's in my bag. So anyway, I did get it burned a little bit, as you saw in the video. So I'm just going to leave this. What we'll do is leave it as a gift. And then I'm going to leave another one as a gift when I get out there. And then I have the others. And then you can correct me on exactly what you want me to do. Like, idiot, do this. And I won't be offended. I promise. Look at that. I think it's an amazing, one-of-a-kind. So, Nate, even if I completely mess this up, your intentions up, I still think it was worth it. Look at that. And somehow they'll know it's you. That's the hard part of this. They connect us. They put us together. There's a whole world around our world. We're just little strings. We're little puppets on strings is all we are. I'm going to try that right there. See, this is all a little dude. It's got to be. You see all these little tiny sticks? If he's big, he'd be stepping on it all. This guy I just messed it up. Sorry. Is making all of this. Do you see this? This is a little mini giant world for him. Oh, I got whistles. That's a weird one. Could you hear that? See, they're echolocating. That's all that is. So you can hear a whistle, and you don't have to hear the response. He heard it. You guys, I've had it happen to me when they all came in with, right here, 10 feet, or 15 feet, 15 feet, 15 feet, 15 feet. They're all invisible. I got to stand right in the middle of like 5 to 10 beings of the unseen world. This happened way at the beginning in Bigfoot Universe, and they all came in, and it was different than this. There was many more trees. And they all came in and stopped and let me know. I don't know. The story varies because it's been a while, but there's not much to it, so it's easy to remember. But you go back and listen to that story. That was amazing. One thing I do remember is just how unscared I was. Someone had me. So when they did that, they get you first to make sure you're not going to panic. Like they don't want me to pull I was heavily armed. Like pull my gun out and start shooting. They're very concerned about that. There's no question about it that these guys can be hurt, just like me and you. See where I was? I could have picked a better spot, but like visually, but this is where it all happened with the birds. I got a little bit of it on video. I'll tell you a story about the birds if I can get some of it. Like, hey, this is what happened before that. But I want some of it on video. It's not that I don't think you trust me. It's just that I have to tell stories that. Why does that look like? That are hard to believe for anybody. So it's nice to have a little backup. That looks like a face. Looks like a piece of wood, but. Remember tricks. Just happens to have an eye there, right? Like a Scream from the movie Scream eye. Whew. Some missiles. So you guys, all day long, things have been happening like just like pretty far, further than normal. Usually like 150 yards, it's been like 200 today. Distinctly 200. All right, over now. These are just staring at me. It's so weird. Now let me show you where I am. Okay, so Nate, good job, cool gift. Right there, look at that. There is no doubt that they're gonna take interest in that. Will I know it? I might be able to check that again. I'm gonna leave the next one where I will. Look at this, you guys. They're like literally worshiping this old giant tree. Petrified, like burnt tree. It's huge, right? Look at the base. Remember, you guys, did you hear that? I tell you to take this in because they're not going to do anything for this world until more people can understand that. They feel like if you can't understand that, you're certainly not going to understand the rest of it. You think about it. Most people can't understand a few sticks. You think you're going to understand the secrets of the world? Those are all tridents. Not some of them, all of them. What a spot. See, guys, this is what it looks like when you're dealing with big, like these guys. Like, so they'll be like, you know, he looked kind of like the Petroglyphs. You see that big alien-looking dude that's dragging the human? That's what they look like. It's not always just Bigfoot. They're like beings. Some of them are like skinny and small. And look at that. It's a giant trident.
Guys, think about how many tridents are right there.
This video is worth it just for that. I have no idea where I am. You guys hear these noises around me? It's insane. Look at this. This is what it looks like. Now, is there small ones? Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't think those guys always just stay right there. So those big magical ones, I'll zoom into them over there. That's why we get a lot of the small, like here, or maybe a Bigfoot's like 8 inches tall behind Nex here because he's the one that's watching. The other ones are fading farther out because, like, into super invisibility because they don't want you to see them. Believe me, they can make mistakes, okay? I've seen it. You can trick them into mistakes too. I've done that a couple times by like trying just like, this isn't gonna work. Look at this. There's just too many kills here, and it's all on structures. Every kill I found has been on their structures. Look, where the moose is, they have a smaller scale, but it's the same X. Same X. This isn't a coincidence, you guys. I can't tell you exactly what, but they're little and they live in there. And I think they eat anything. Like including you, maybe. Look out for the little people. You guys, there's myths and legends from the beginning of time, especially in other countries, of great-grandparents, passing down legend, and myths to their... And one in some Latino countries, even Honduras, Guatemala, places like Costa Rica, deep in the forest. They're why would, before TV and everything, would your grandfather warn you not to go into the forest? By the way, they did it back then just to keep you, nothing would happen to you. It was just to keep you away. It's just to keep them safe so they can have a beautiful, we're always sticking our noses where it doesn't belong. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Hey, buddy. He's actually got a pine cone. See here, there's this spot. There's not 7 feet tall of pine cones. He just has like this tiny little spot. And there's actually none, because he never eats in the same place twice. Plenty of mushrooms. Ooh. That was literally dropped on top of. So that's that, you guys. That was put there recently. Oh, ew. Ew, I touched right there. Ew. Ew, it smelled like. Because that thing hasn't been dead very long. It's got 100% rigor mortis to it. Hold on. Something dropped it right there on top of that mushroom. That fascinates me. Even if it's like anything, a coyote. I want a video of him dropping that bone. I want to go into his life. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, yeah, choose option 1. Like, you press the button, and then God, an angel brings you to his life, and the moment this happened, and then you can back up as long as you want to that coyote's life, or mountain lion, or forest being. You know what I'm saying? Just take a look into everything. Take a mountain and then just isolate it like in a picture and be like, God, I want to see how that mountain was made. Rewind it and, time it and rewind it in fast time for over 100 million years. That would be cool. I know, they're right there. So far, I think it's going to be good for you guys. Like, I think I'll get some visuals for you, like timestamps I was completely unaware of, but I got, you guys, whistles were incredible. Look, there is more bones. How come this world is full of bones? No other place, you guys. Look, here is another one, and it's all on this. Look at this, you guys. Look, that was the spine. Again, it's on their structure. Another moose. Look at these mushrooms. Wow. Nothing. Everything's gone. So someone's taken the head for sure and running with that. Never do I find it again, though. So why isn't there a head over here from a moose that died a mile away and the guy ran over here with it? Someone is using these heads for something. I think they use them for decoration. That's what I think. Look. You guys, look, I have seen, whether I filmed it or not, I don't know. I have seen 15 dead moose here. That's starting to become a pattern. And all recent. Nothing old. Like, I don't have anything old. Geez, something walks here pretty often. You see little Bigfoots with X's around them? All right, I can't. I got to stay here. This is ridiculous. Look. So let's go the way. I chose to ignore their whistles at the beginning. Look, that's how you know they're involved. I don't know if they're involved, but they certainly love the bones. The bones probably conduct. It's probably a lot like. It's not a lot like it, but it's similar in the fashion, like, say, like quartz, wood. Bone conducts. Just stick your finger in an electric socket and tell me if you disagree. Over now. So I made it back because I want to go. Man, there's a duck over there. even though it's not a duck. It's them. The only noises are places where I have been or where I'm going or right with me. Remember those jays? So I left them and they were just staring at me. They never followed me. They followed me the whole time. And then when they finally one came real close to me just to see what I would do, I guess. And then when I left, they didn't follow. I waved at that. I thought that was one of them. From back here with your eyes, it looks like that could be one of them. So I was just like, hi. I do that all the time just in case. So what I want to show you, so look. So this is up in the woods, I'll show you. Keep in mind, look how unusual. So it's been a long time, right? I'm assuming those rocks used to be in a circle. They look like they've naturally separated. Due to maybe freezing and ice and thawing, maybe? Look how strange the pile is. I've shown you guys this as well. Where it looks like they make a pile for you. You guys, this is the most random wood. How many times have I shown you a fireplace at their world, right in the outskirts of their world, or right in the middle of it, really, where there's some random pile of wood? See, look. It's all been closed off. It looks beautiful on the camera, as you can see. It's very unused here. And then they blocked it. I would have parked right there. That's my new parking spot. So let me give you an idea. This will help Kelly understand too. So that's where we came in, Kelly, right there. And you can go right there. I didn't even see that. Oh, wow, look at that. There's an incredible amount of bees around here. I can't see them. Or flies. But I can hear them. That's all you can hear is humming. You guys see all those sticks back there? They're using all this. See, we're right in the middle of it. This campsite is meaningless. This isn't a campsite. It's their site. So I want to show you how this happens, because we're going to go that way. I don't care if this video is long. Your videos are too long. They're so messing with me. There's one right behind me, too. I turned around. It's kind of strange, isn't it? They were right in here. So that's what I think. Now remember, I could be wrong, but I showed them to you. I'm zooming and killing Kelly. I got them. They were actually back in there, back down in there. So I know this is good in here. This is where they were. You don't have to go too far for the best guys. Look at this. Something actually hit that, is why it looked like a Bigfoot, sort of. That's actually been hit by something recently. Probably them to sit there. I see them dig circles down to when they're not in their worlds. Like if they come up to like where people are camping or something, they'll go up to a tree like that and they dig a small, very discreet circle that exposes the roots, and they'll connect. You guys, there's bones all over this place. I wonder what is here that's been buried. Because I'm telling you, these guys bury. Look, see, this is everything. This is where these guys are, right here. You believe me? Here's the cool thing about kind of being shadow banned. Like, let's just say, like, oh my God, the whole world was so receptive and I had millions of subscribers and I'd be insane. Okay, yeah, I'd be able to buy a new Denali, great. But I wouldn't have the personalized thing I have with you guys. And now that could never be taken away. So if anything ever does happen, it doesn't matter. Because I don't care. Like, if I had 70 trillion subscribers, the only ones I'm really going to care about are you guys. Energy Overload Patreon members. Those are the people I care about. Do they, not because they give me money. I don't know where you were brought up, but that's not how my brain or my life works. Okay. I don't do anything for money. Okay. You can even ask for. That's why I didn't do good in business. I had business for 13 years. I had some extremely wealthy customers. I cared so much about them. I wanted to prove to them that this isn't about money. Here, I'll do this job for this. I just want you guys to see how honest I am. Like, how could the most unbelievably blatant thing be right there? When I came up, he was right here hiding. He was right in here, looking right at us. They all wanted to see Kelly. You guys say prayers for Kelly. I don't know if she wants me. She hasn't said don't say anything, but we have to go back to where we filmed her with them. I think it's right here. They're still over there. Give me a sec. The sun's coming out here a little bit. Man. Time of day is everything in this. I'll come up here. Oh, I want to leave that gift. Because I keep feeling like someone's behind me. Like I see something. Like I'm like this. Like in my peripherals, I'm like, there's nothing there. And I'm not paranoid. Like, what was that? See, here you have to be very, very, you just have to look. It's so busy. Look. Look how incredible. Right, and then the third is the best because it's broken and then meets it all. See, and then you got your parallel off the ground. You got literally your club leaning. The only thing that's better is getting them not in their magic, which I'll do. Just keep me in this, because I could have done it before. I could have done it now like 7 times. Like perfectly. He's right over there. And I didn't, because we're looking at each other. I wasn't going to grab my camera and be crazy. For what? And you know what? I'm glad I didn't either. Because for what? I feel like I'm stealing. He doesn't want me to. He might get in trouble. I try to do everything right that way. You can call it whatever you want. Oh, he's just making excuses. Well, whatever. I messed up my whole life. I don't want to mess this up. So I'm just existing in here. I'm not here to make decisions. If I make a decision, it's probably going to be the wrong one. Do you see that, how blatant that is? So I am a nobody here with the camera. They'll decide. I'm telling you, it's an understanding. Again, I'll say it again. I don't know if I'll put it in. They see that most people can't understand sticks. They know you can't understand the real truth. If you knew, you would have trouble keeping your brain from exploding. It's not just an explanation. It's way out of anything you can possibly process. That's why you don't know. I don't think that many humans do. Who does? That's the mystery. We don't really know who does. You guys, look at those two. I want to get some timestamps on those little people too. Even if it's just zoom into that mulch. You guys, that has been distinctly changed. That's another cool thing. So besides whistles all day long, right? I think I can show you at least 10 whistles on the video so you believe me they were all day. Once you get to 10, then you'll believe me the rest. is that all that's been disturbed down by those moose. I shouldn't say by the moose because the moose are everywhere, but yet you go into here where it's a different type of being. Nothing, no bones, nothing, only pine cones. Look where he just notched it out. Right to roots. That actually might be a squirrel. I don't think so though. Let's just leave it like that, but there's no light. Whoa. Look how circled that is. The reason I believe it's an animal is because these guys don't leave their dirt near their hole. Yeah, it's right on top of their stuff. Over now. Actually, just look at this one more time. Oh, I was saying I figured it out. So, I've been all through here. I do want to find where Kelly was. Why can't I find that spot? Are they keeping me from finding it? They probably don't want to show me to show you that he's not there anymore. I should be able to find it. It was right here. I have this vision of it from the video more than I do of being here. So let me try to find that.
You guys, I saw one of these guys at the beginning. Well, I don't know if it's one of them, but it's someone their size at the beginning of last summer at that waterfall. Different, completely different. And actually, not that different. It's about 10 miles from here. And I've been figuring out these spots. So look at this spot. It's not a blind. It's literally where he is.
I might have to make a break for it in the rain. Let me show you something while I got a little break. You know, it's beautiful blue sky over there. Just in this little gap, and then the rest. I can't really, it's hard to figure out with my view which way the clouds are even moving. They're moving slow. It is brutally cold, you guys. My feet, look at it. That's why, you know, this is a job, just being up here. It's crazy. I wish I had driven. Like, oh my God, if I had driven. I saved money though. Look at this. So I came over here. Here's something they do. I wasn't expecting, I didn't even come to look for this because this is just not the type of place. But this is where that is, right? Hardly anyone knows how to get up here because it's just grass now. And I saw that it used to be a campsite. And piles of dirt. And then something I showed Nico. So by these campsites not far from here, miles from here, like 5-6 miles from here, at every tree surrounding the campsite, they do this. That is unrelated. That's from something huge. That's from something. This is actually from a state cow like 5 years ago. They don't let them up here. Just piles of sticks. Another weird mark. Sticks. Wish me luck, you guys. Piles. Everything's in piles. Just that one. I find that interesting. Little. Oh my God, I gotta. What sits there? I mean, it's possible. But they do it at every, it's too strategic at the other one. It's down to dirt. And then you can just see, they do it. There's like one main root from the tree. And then it seems like they want to touch those roots. It seems to make them more secure for some reason. Like, it makes it easier, right? That could be an animal. You know, he is making a bed. So, you know, this could be like a little fox or something that does that. But I don't know. This other campsite, and I say this here in this crazy place, but I do have this piles of dirt. I just wanted to show it to you. Old piles of dirt, you know what I mean? So it's not like there's new piles of dirt. Look at all the piles of dirt. They're all over the place. These are new right here. I don't know why it's blurring. Right there. There seems to be this invisible spot in there. That's why you think like maybe, or you get these feelings something's happening in your backyard, but you stare and stare and you don't see anything. And, you know, you might just have like, you know, maybe some trees like this or something and you can't quite figure it out. Well, there you go. I just figured it out for you. That's what well, I figured it out a while ago, but that's what it is. Okay? You just got to look really, really carefully. Look at that.
I've been finding these since the beginning, thinking they were to hide behind, like a hunting blind, but they're to live behind.
I don't know if there's spots. Oh, it's raining still. This is a blind for a little dude. Look at that, you guys. Wow. Look, he's right here. Oh, yes, just so blatant. Look what he's doing. I mean, unless there's some other explanation, he lives in here somewhere, right? When someone was there, look, someone was right there. I don't know how long ago, with maybe this summer. I'm not sure. There's a campfire right there. You can just pull up and that's it. I could be wrong about that, you guys. When I was in there in that video, I was like, someone's definitely seen this thing. And I realized that you might not go to where we were. But someone has seen it, because there's a way to walk in. I showed you on that pathway. Like, someone's been in there and seen that structure. I think. See, look, the hole is always decorated. And then he did that. It's like the Smurfs, man. Look. I'm not kidding. He's walking around. Remember, he's down here. You're like, why does he do that? Well, he's like, that was a big deal. He walks by his mushroom. You know, it's a whole different life down here, you know? And then I have a feeling he's bigger than what it looks like because he's blinding. That, or he wants to play without being seen, like he's down here. But to me, it looks like this is what he's doing. He's looking that way. Not there, but like this way. So not only that, but he's got this tree. He's got everything, you know, and he can, of course, he's like this very quickly. That's why, you know, while you're turning your head, like you're over there looking the other way, you're like, what was that? As you're turning your head, he's like this. And you don't see anything, so you think nothing's there. This is the point I need to make, okay? Something's in there. Look at that. He blocked it. It's an old shovel. That's cool. Oh man, people like that kind of stuff because they'll rig it and make it something. It's even got metal clips on it. Wow, I wonder how old that is, you guys. It's in a structure. He likes it. I'm not gonna take it. He likes it. He can put it back. He might not. Here's the thing. I realized that there's something to do with humans. I'm so glad I came over here in the rain and did this. I just got the craziest head rush standing up. He had that thing. That thing has been buried in there for years, right? Years. I'm willing to bet it's only been here for 10 years or something, like left over there, and then he got it, right? He might not touch that now. It depends. Because there's something, believe it, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but there's something about us and them. So up here, like at least here, like in our realm. So if you make a decision, like I'm putting this here, I don't think he's allowed to change it. Unless you like tell him to, or ask him to, or if it's theirs, they'll change it. I should take a break for it. Well, man, you guys, it's down into the 40s, I think. It's so cold, I'm soaking wet. I'm just gonna have to go for it. The biggest problem is the clay roads become impassable. So I just want to get home. I love bikes, but not this part of it. I sort of came prepared, but it wasn't supposed to rain till 4. I checked, now I've been stuck in it for hours. How cool was that spot back there? I think I just saw something. Like seriously, that spot over there. That's his own little spot over there. Look, you can see it from here. Oh, I'm glad I zoomed back. Look. Thinks he's being slick. He's really not. If anything, it says to me, look over here. Even though I did not see that. And then look here. Look at his neighbors. with the bones. The others. Over there too. Look, and then the rest of them, that's all aspens. They're all perfect except right there. Man, are they twisted up in some spots like structures? It's crazy, you guys. And then this beautiful field above. It's the good thing is as I descend, the temperature's going to go up. Man, is it cold up there? So this is what you don't want. This time of year, it's brutal. This is how people die. I can't die. It's just not possible. God has other. He wants me to suffer first. I think. I've tried too many times. Not kill myself, but like put myself where. Okay, if it's gonna happen, this is it. Blatant. Right, you get that. It's just like it's the centerpiece. You get this. They're blocked there. So on purpose. Looks like one's got his arms around the left side and he's hanging off. That's a really cool place. You know what's amazing? Look down there. Wow, look at the arches and the bends down below, you guys. I don't know if you can see down there. I can't use my... Look at that down there. My eyepiece right now, because... Let me try. I'm having there's another storm behind me, too. I want to go before that hits me. I dried myself off pretty good with the bike. Tarpon bike. Right here is where I'm interested in. See that? You guys, when it looks like it, it's it. See that? You got the leaners, the caves. That's really, really, really good over there. I promise you. You got to see the whole entire forest is disrupted. And then you zoom into the rest of it, it's absolutely flawless. I swear to God to you, the rest of the forest, all the way up there, it looks just like that. There's not one stick once you go past that block. And then in there, it's like, I can't even describe to you how crazy the bends are in there. The problem is zooming in there. Can I get over there one day? Oh, I bet you it's so easy to film them from up here. That's a good spot, man. You get like, you got to figure out like a spot to get. The problem is they all know. That's why I get a chuckle out of, not chuckle, but a kick out of, not a kick. I find it funny that people still are buying trail cams and stuff. Look at the Trident. Oh my God, that's a spot. You could look. I zoomed on the Trident because I could just tell. I saw the black. Look at the black. Oh, I just smelled something. I smelled sulfur just now. All right, gotta go. Look, I got a better spot. Robin, thanks for the camera again. I think Robin thinks I forget about her, but I don't. I'm right there. You're just not on social. There's a lot of people, so, but you can text me, so. Look, a better spot. Guys, look at this. Look, see how they don't expect anyone ever to have seen it, but this road got put in. This is an actual dirt road. It's not used much, but see, this is a big cliff face. There's X's at the top of it. All right, and then I'm fascinated by over there. So how do I get over there? Like the terrain between just the forest, you guys, it's not, you can't even go into it. And then you wouldn't be able to get up this incredible rock face over there. I'm really interested with over there. Let me show you. I could have sworn I got a good look at, man, you got to see some of the structures, you guys. I know I showed you some, but man, I got a different view. Oh, those right there. Look at those. God, is there someone sitting over there? What is that right there? Stump, maybe? That's where they'll be. Look at that. There is no doubt that is a beautiful system. You guys, whenever it reminds you of like China or King Kong or something where he just ripped through, that's where they are. That's really good. See, this is what I'm after here. The reason I'm showing you this is not really because I can show you anything, but just enough where I think you'll agree with me. Secondly, you can't get there. They have little huts and setups all over the place. What is that? Dead tree. All right, I'll look into this further. I see rock set up over there. I got thunder behind me. All right. You guys, that looks outstanding. The whole entire place. The amazing thing is you can see it. So over there, there's not a tree disturbed. And then it all happens in here. It's simply amazing to see from a distance. It's not wind, it's the same wind exposure. All right, we'll be back. We got to check that out somehow.